Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm having a great day, and I hope that you guys had a great weekend. Now, a great weekend I did have, but you know, it was a lot of thinking involved this weekend. I want to say thank you to everyone who watched the videos uploaded last week on YouTube. I know some of y'all probably didn't want to watch them because I was by myself, but thank you to those who did, and thank you to those who came out on Saturday night to watch the live. If you missed that video or didn't get a notification, it's still up on YouTube and I'm not deleting it. You guys can go ahead and go watch that. Also, I did have a good weekend because if you watched the live, I was telling you guys about when I play the video games during the week, there's a weekend league to qualify for, and I qualified and I won 17 out of 29 matches. I didn't play all the 30 matches, but I did really, really good, and that's the best I've ever done in the 5 years I've ever played this game. So I feel really good about that. So let's start this video. Please, everyone watching, please click the thumbs up button, which is the like button beneath this video. If you're on your phone, if you're at your computer, click the like button, and I ask that you leave a comment because I would love to read your comments down below. Also, if you're watching this channel for the first time and you are not a subscriber, please click the subscribe button. Now, last week I told you guys I haven't communicated with Makael in 10 days. This week I haven't talked to Makael, so that's now 14 days, it's 2 weeks, and you know, with all of that going on and not talking to him or texting with him or anything, I would rather talk to him in person, by the way. You know, I haven't had any communication with him. I felt it was time to go to social media to let you guys know what is going on, because we're doing videos together. People pay memberships to watch this channel, and it's not fair to keep everyone in the dark. Also, we just started a podcast. We've been uploading regularly, and now you get 2 weeks where you don't, well, 1 week where you don't hear Makael, and then you get another week where you don't get a podcast at all. Last week, I was sick, and I did not want to invite a guest over to do the podcast, and I didn't want to be hacking, because I was getting a lot of stuff out, and I didn't want to be doing that on the podcast. That's not good for your ears. So, you know, y'all didn't get a podcast this weekend, and you know, it's just not fair. So I let you guys know all about what's been going on Twitter. Makael did come to my house today, to be fair, but I guess I didn't move fast enough. I needed, you know, I was asleep when he came to my house, and I said, tell him to give me 10 minutes to get myself together and to meet him outside so we could talk, because I was looking forward to having that talk. But when I came out, you know, I was told that he had left. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to call. I'm not going to do none of that stuff. Maybe he'll come back another time. So, you know, it's been, I don't want to lie, it's been a little bit stressful, but I'm okay. I got to get these damn videos out, you know. And plus my birthday is coming up, and I'm not going to just be sitting around not making no money and doing none of that stuff. I got a birthday coming up, and you're free to send money to my cash app. That's # the Scorpion, if you want to look out. I'm just, you know, it's just like we've never been to this point before. Like, there's been times where we haven't spoken, but we've never gone this long without a text, without a phone call, without communication on social media, you know, and none of that stuff. We've never been there. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, you should just get rid of him, you know, you should fire him and stuff like that. And that's easy for a lot of people to say, but we have been together doing videos and other things for 11 years. So that's just not something where you just walk away from. And y'all don't know what's going on, but I would just say that I am 100% innocent in all that is going on, okay? I don't have anything to do with anything. So, you know, that's all I can say, and that's all I care to share. But for those who are members, I posted it. But to just freely put that out, no, because you're not paying. You're not a paying member, and I hate to say it like that. But I am 100% innocent in this. I have nothing to do with what's going on. So hopefully soon Makael, you know, calls me and say, let's meet up and let's talk, so we could talk about a lot that's going on, because in his time of being away, I had a lot of time to think, a lot of time to reflect, and you guys have been, you know, leaving a lot of messages, either on Instagram, on Twitter, Lipstick Alley, just everywhere. It's just been feedback, been everywhere. And some feedback, I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. And then some feedback, I'll be like, F it, I don't need to hear that. But I want to definitely change this channel. This channel definitely has to evolve. It cannot be the same anymore. And we just gotta, if we decide to come back together, we're going to have to work this the right way and do a lot of things the right way and make a lot of changes and make this channel a fun channel to watch like it used to be, because now it's just, oh, we record, okay, upload, and then that's it. And it's not a fun experience. I want our videos to be fun again. I want to have that feeling where I used to be like, listen, this is the best video you guys have seen this year, or this is my favorite video we recorded this year, or this in a while. Like, I haven't had that spark. And I love the feeling from the podcast, because the podcast is something new. It's something that I've been afraid to do for so long, but once I started doing it, I'm like, why was I so afraid? All those years went by and we never did it, and now I'm just loving it. And now I got so many ideas for doing the podcast. Like, I can even do my own podcast and start my own podcast and just talk about different stuff. It doesn't have to just be Scorpion Show related. It could be a lot of things that I like to talk about, or maybe want to talk about by myself or with other people. So it's just been like so many ideas I just have built up for the past, I would say, maybe 2 weeks. Like, it's just like a lot of things just have got to change, and I just want this channel to be a fun place like it used to be, and it hasn't felt like that in a while. And I can't believe I'm being so transparent and honest, but it's definitely the truth. And when when you're not recording with that person, it's just a lot of time to think and reflect. So I definitely want to change this channel. I know YouTube hasn't been consistently sending our videos out to everybody, so I try to get our show on the schedule, and that pattern has been interrupted. So I just have to do videos the way I have to do my videos, and continue to do guests. I'm gonna be on my live with Kelly. Like, before Kelly got a new co-host, Kelly was doing shows sometimes by herself and with other people, and that's just how it's gonna be for right now until Makael and I work whatever issue he has out. That's just what it's going to be. So for those who continue to watch, I encourage you to continue to watch. If you don't want to watch, that's fine. I understand. And for those who are members of the Scorpion Show channel, I want to say thank you for your continued support. And, I hope that you stay for this ride. And I'm looking forward to bringing you more entertaining and fun videos. And I'm glad that I got this out. I feel much better, and I feel like I just took that weight off my back, because I'm talking and speaking, and I know a lot of people like, I don't know, I don't want to hear about it, don't ask me any questions. One thing I will not accept, now I know some people don't like me, and I know some people don't like Makael, but please don't leave any nasty, negative comments in the comment section. That's what I do ask. I just ask for love, and I ask for positivity, nothing negative. Please don't leave anything negative in the comments. I'm asking nicely. Please do not do that. This is not a bashing moment. This is just a rough patch that we are going through right now, and hopefully we resolve it. And if it can't be resolved, that's fine, but I hope that we try to fix it, because no one on either side has been trying to fix it right now. It's just, it is what it is, and that is how a relationship dies, when no one works or communicates to fix the problem. And we're going to fix the problem. I don't know when, but we will. And hopefully, we'll be back to giving you guys videos and podcasts and all those kinds of things. And again, I'm just glad that I've been able to get that off my chest, and I'm looking for some water, because I need to drink some water, because I've been speaking a whole lot. So let's move on. Last week, I was telling you guys about LisaRaye and Dwayne Martin and stuff like that. They had released a clip because she was going to be on TVOne, this show called Uncensored. And I watched the show, and I actually like this Uncensored show. I never watched it before, and they say they're in their second season. I happened to watch some of Tyra Banks. I guess she came on last week. You know how they do the rerun and then do the new episode. So I watched it. trying not to hack on this video. So I watched it, and it was good. It talked about Lisa's life growing up in Chicago, who her father was, the things that he did, and she talking about, you know, she was a video girl, and she did her thing out in California, how she got the role for the Players Club, and all kinds of things. Like, I learned a lot about LisaRaye because I don't really know a lot about her except for that she's the Brat's sister. I really don't know how they discovered that. And I know that she wears white, and of course we know from the Players Club and other little reality shows. But it was just good to get an in-depth conversation. She was honest. She was petty at some points, but she definitely told the truth about all that went on. And I really, really enjoyed, you know, hearing from her perspective on a lot of things that she's been through in her life instead of just hearing it from other people. It was just good to see her in that moment. Excuse me. It was good to hear her in that moment. So, hello.
I've had a bad day, and I don't even want to tell you what just happened to me. You know somebody just shot up my car?
No.
Yes, that's why I'm coming from the police station.
Well, why would somebody want to do that?
Well, they didn't purposely shoot it up. I was in the crossfire. What is... Oh. No, nobody's in shooting my car. So my uncle's dying, and I just came from Ford, and... Hey, I just came from Ford, and... the situation with my car, I've been out of the car for a week. They finally gave me a rental. Ford is very, very... Don't drive Ford. I may actually have to get a new car, so I'm going back there tomorrow. But it's just been a mess today. And I don't want to talk about it.
Well, you already started talking about it.
I don't want to talk about it because I'm very upset. And I will take this hoodie off, but my shirt is too small.
The only thing I can do is turn the fan on because I took the air conditioner out the window.
No, it's all right.
It's hot. So, anyway, I was, you know, telling them that me and you haven't spoken in a long time. 2 weeks. This is the longest we've ever not spoken. And, you know, it is what it is. Not it is what it is.
No, he doesn't mean that it is what it is.
Yeah.
There was an issue that happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and I haven't told them
he was
like that.
he wasn't involved in it. It was an issue that happened 2 weeks ago that really got me upset because... Did you know your sister called me?
Yeah, she told me.
Oh, she told you? Mm-hmm. You know, that was a very, 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 very nice conversation, I might add. She called me the day after, and she expressed her concerns, and she was very respectful, and she said how she felt, I said how I felt, and I said how, you know...
Is my zipper zipped up? Yes.
Well, I'm not going to say everything on this camera.
Yeah, no, you don't have to.
Yeah, but it was a really, really nice conversation, and that was the first time Nina was really, really, like, a totally different person. And I really appreciated that she called me because she didn't call me on no, she called me, she was like, you know, I just want to know what happened because I wasn't there. I'm being told one thing, and she was like, I don't want to just be told one thing from one side. I want to hear your side too. And I said, I appreciate that you called and said that. I really appreciate that. And she listened and she said, you know, Makael, I'm sorry that happened, and you know, they said this, and you know, you saying this, and I'm sorry that happened. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm gonna be honest with you. It wasn't really too much Amber, it was more so Jeremy. And Jeremy really said a lot of nasty things that day. A really lot of nasty. To the point that at first I thought, well, is it me? And then, because you know Sade was out there too, and she called me and she said, Makael, I really can't believe that he was saying all that stuff to you and he really thought that you weren't. And I'm like, it just was really weird. And, you know, naturally Amber's going to jump in because that's her brother. But at the same time, you're not going to tag team me like I'm not going to respond back to you guys either, because you can't do that and think that I'm not going to respond back to you. And I just felt like, Jeremy, sometimes you have to learn how to not say anything. You have to learn how to, because I think that Jeremy thinks that because when he gets loud that people are supposed to back down from him. And I'm like, Jeremy, you can't do that to people and think that that's okay, and you think you can say what you want to say. So, yeah. I was really upset, but the upsetness actually went away 2 weeks ago. Because after I talked to Nina, I was fine. I just was like, you need to be in a better headspace. And I saw Jeremy today, and we actually spoke. I saw him this morning. We spoke, whatever he gave. I gave him and his co-worker some candy, whatever the case may be. And I told him, I said, I'm not upset with you at all. I said, you know, you said some nasty things. I said some nasty things. I said, but it should never get to that point because we have known each other way too long for us to get to that point. I said, sometimes you just have to not be so aggressive and think that everybody's just not supposed to say anything back to you because you do that with your family. I said, you can't do that with everybody because you do that with your family. You think it's okay to be aggressive. You can't do that with everybody else. That's how I felt, and that's what I told to Nina. And I said, Nina, you know your son, so you know how he is with you. And I said, if he does all that stuff with you, what makes me think he's not going to do that to me? Because that's what he did. He did it to me, and if he don't have no filter talking to you, why would I think he wouldn't have no filter talking to me? So, I'm totally done with it. I wasn't mad at nobody. I just been out of a car for a week, so. And it's not fun not having your car. It's not fun being on the sub. It's not fun. So tomorrow I may be getting a new car. I may be, but I'm going to see what they have to say. But I just feel like when you be with a company, because now I feel like your mom, when you're with a company for 8 years, because I've been with Ford for 8 years, I feel like they need to treat you a little bit better than what they do. And I feel like if parts of my car have been recalled, that's not my fault. That's your fault because the parts are recalled. You don't tell somebody, oh, we only going to give you a rental free for one day, and then every day after that is $30 a day. Like, you don't do that. And then now, oh, you still don't have the part, because I was supposed to get my car back today, Kevin. Mind you, they've had my car since last Monday. I was supposed to get it back today. Now y'all telling me, oh, it's an additional $800 for this particular part on top of the recall part, because this additional part is not covered under the recall. So now you're going to have to pay. So I'm like, well, that's not what I was told all last week. So if my car can still run off of y'all fixing what y'all was originally supposed to fix, I'll just take my car, and all that other stuff I'll worry about. Oh, well, you can't do that because if you do that, then within a matter of a month or two, it'll burn out and you'll be back here again. So I'm like, oh my fucking God. So now they're trying to work with me with pricing and everything. So the guy's like, well, to add fuel to the fire, this part that you need, we may not have that for another 2 weeks. So I said, wait, another 2 weeks? So you mean to tell me I'm going to be out of a car for another 2 weeks and this rental is only free for one day? So what am I going to do without a car? Oh, well, I'll cover it for tomorrow, but then we're going to have to, you may just want to swap it out. Because I'm like, yeah, because it makes no sense. Like, this is the second time that I've dealt with y'all this year. Earlier this year, I don't know if you remember, I had to give them $1,000 for the cooling system in my car. It's just been a mess. And having a car, it can be fun, but then it can be a mess when it comes to paying for shit.
So why not just get a new car?
Well, that's what I'm going to see tomorrow. But see, my thing is, and I don't want them to do that. Got a nice one? So I'm going to see tomorrow what they say. But in the meantime, I'm just like, it's getting on my nerves. And I feel like, because you don't have a car, so you don't know the frustration that this is when you, like, just imagine me being at home all last week with no vehicle. Like, I felt like, why the fuck am I in this house every day? Like, I really wanted to be down here last week, and I'm like, but I can't go down there because then I'll be sitting down there all fucking week with no fucking car, and then how am I going to get around? And then I can't come down here at night because then I'll be walking to the train station and somebody will rob me. So what did I miss?
Well, you missed that. I said I don't know where he's at.
No, not this part.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about all week.
Well, it's not a whole lot. I watched LisaRaye special yesterday, which I really, really enjoyed. And she got to the point where she was talking about Dwayne Martin. And this is where she decided she wanted to talk about all of the things, that he did in their relationship. The main thing that he did was he introduced women to her husband. That's what she said.
I saw that.
But when I was watching it, like, when we seen the clip, it made it seem like, okay, now him and my husband are friends, and I'm thinking that something went on between them two. But she's basically saying, like, he was pimping these girls. He was the pimp and giving the girls some money.
But I feel like, because I saw a portion of that video, and I think that first of all, LisaRaye, your husband was going to cheat regardless if Dwayne Martin was there or not.
The way that she explained their marriage and the way they met, this was basically like a business arrangement.
Right.
A business arrangement. And you became the first lady. It made you more relevant because now we're calling you LisaRaye McCoy Missick, and you are the first lady.
Are they still married?
No. They divorced in like 2009. So they was married for a couple years, but LisaRaye really wasn't doing anything during this time. Right. So this was good for you that you was venturing off doing something new. And she said she had affairs of the heart. I don't know what that means, but you was probably down there doing what you was doing too, while your husband was out there doing things. And she said she would have felt better if he would have told her. So that means this is definitely a business arrangement.
I just don't like how she was trying to put everything on Dwayne Martin.
Yeah.
Like, I get that was your friend and he introduced your husband to, and I get that part. But to try to solely say, oh, he's the reason why my husband and our marriage is not where it is now, it's like, no, your husband, if that was the case, if he introduced your husband to women, then your husband should have been strong enough to say, no, I'm married. Mm-hmm. But he didn't do that.
Yeah. And she was lit up, like, talking about their relationship. And how she didn't know what a prime minister was. She thought he was like a regular minister.
Did she still first lady? Because I saw they had the ceremony for. Wait, didn't they have something for her birthday a few months ago?
Did they?
I thought the Shade Room posted it, and she was all in all white, and they had something for her. Let me look that up.
I don't know, but I do know that I do know that special was really, really good, and I never watched Uncensored, but it was good. And they had Kim Whitley talking about, Dwayne. But I just felt like that part that they showed, like, we don't know Dwayne's side of that story at all. But then I know Tisha Campbell had one, and he's just not being looked at in the best light at all, Dwayne Martin. Yeah. Things just not been looking good for him.
She was named something. I remember they named her something, because they had it on the Shade Room recently, like a month or two ago.
But she definitely was the first lady of the Turks and Caicos.
Yeah. Damn.
And she enjoyed her role until, he wasn't there. But she said a lot of things made her leave. Like, she was hearing rumors, and then the corruption scandals and all of that stuff never saw way out. But girl, you just rode the wheels till it fell off, basically. You knew what was going on. Right. Her relationship with her mom wasn't the best. But she never talked about that. And I was mad about that. Never talked about that at all. Because and the brat wasn't even on the show. But I mean, they've been LisaRaye. What's her name? The brat don't let nobody talk mess about her like that. This nation under that stuff. But they it was just really good. If you missed it, it may be on the DVR for TVOne. You can go check it out. Also, I had a chance to watch. First of all, I watched Bravo. I watched Married to Medicine. Then I watched Watch What Happens Live, and that led into another episode of that, and then Cash Cab, and all of a sudden, like, I watched the whole VH1 the whole Bravo lineup, and then they started showing E! True Hollywood Story. I did not know that it's back. So they did an E! True Hollywood Story.
That's classic.
Yes,
I remember. I used to
20 years ago.
And they used to have great episodes. Yeah. Right. They did O.J. Simpson and Nicole. I remember they did the Manson, when Charlie Manson killed his wife. No, that's not his wife. Killed Sharon Tate. They used to have some great episodes of True Hollywood. It was scary too.
And this episode, they did one on the women of hip hop. And it was really good.
It's good.
It's really, really good. So, they talked about how the men started out, and then how the women started to, take their place in hip hop, and then new groups came along that disrespected women, called them all kinds of names, and a lot of the men, they started jumping on board with that. And then they talked about how Queen Latifah was out there, and then Yo-Yo, and everybody. Like, it was a great episode, because they really talked about the evolution of women in hip hop, and then a decline of women in hip hop. Now, they talked about all the rappers. They even included Rod Digger, but for some reason, Trina's name was not mentioned in this or shown at one time. And Trina was one of the women that's been holding it down for hip-hop for a long time. At least 20 years. Even when other people wasn't releasing albums, she was one of the women that was releasing music. So that made me upset that she wasn't brought up in the conversation at all. Because you had Little Kim, you had Foxy, you had Missy,
Yeah.
Queen Latifah was still releasing stuff. Trina came out with the slip and slide and all of that stuff. Even Kaya wasn't even mentioned in this, and Kaya made her staple in hip hop. Even though it was a one-hit wonder, that song still get played today. And so I think it would have been fair to highlight all the people who made their mark and not just some of the big names. Because don't nobody really talk about Yo-Yo. Like, when the last time anybody talk about Yo-Yo except for being in Martin? And I'm not being shady.
I was getting ready to say,
Like,
Shanae's friend Yo-Yo.
yeah, like she, like, you know, that was a long
Luke
time
even
ago.
put in a bid for Trina to be at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, even though I'm not here for that. Trina got some hits, so I was upset, and they just talking about how, you know, like I was saying, like the men took over, then the women came, then women was called all bees and hoes, and then the women started to embrace themselves, like they really had a whole section on Little Kim and Foxy, and like it just gave
And
me
this
so
was
many
True Hollywood Story.
True Hollywood Story, and they gave me so many flashbacks of back in the day and how it was, and like. It's an hour. It's an hour.
Because I know some of the good ones were like 2 hours.
Yeah, but this was all they needed. They talked about, you know, how Missy changed the game, how Nicki Minaj and Cardi B came along. I never looked at Nicki Minaj as a social media artist because Nicki Minaj, I found out about her through mixtapes. I didn't know like she was on MySpace is social media, but the mixtapes is where I heard her stuff. I never seen her videos or anything like that.
MySpace, I never saw none of that.
Yeah, I never seen that. And then like they try to make it seem like Cardi B was a social media star. So no, she was on Love and Hip Hop, and she was actually one of the artists who took her career seriously. And through social media, she's been able to also make herself big. But once that Bodak Yellow came out, it was all over for everybody because everybody loved it. It was just a really, really great episode, and they just talked about how the women wasn't being supported anymore. They were saying like throwing like that they blamed the Napster situation and people stealing music. I don't think that's why women didn't do great. Music as a whole just wasn't selling. And maybe that's why these record companies didn't want to take risk on doing things for the female rap. But it's been a drought. It has been a drought until Nicki Minaj came along and Nicki did her thing. But by that time, Little Kim was in and out of jail. Trina was still doing stuff. Missy was just releasing stuff here and there. Foxy, child, she was deaf one minute, and like I'm not gonna lie, it was just a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? So when Little Kim came along, I mean when Nicki Minaj came along, she had no competition.
I feel like I want to say something about the Foxy thing, but my car's in the shop, and I don't want to jinx myself.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna say nothing.
So it was it's just bad that they couldn't get it together.
Foxy Brown was performing at this place last year, and I saw the video.
And she had somebody 2 left feet on.
No, somebody had yelled out, "Can you hear yourself?"
Oh my God, no! I can't believe this. I'm not gonna say nothing. Don't say nothing, because tomorrow I don't know. And that you done said it.
They gonna tell me, bitch, they had that fucking money for this car.
But like it was really good.
I want to talk.
And they had some upcoming hip hop artist or a girl named Rhapsody, and like I heard one of her songs before, but I never really listened to her music. But she was just talking about how it took her a while to get her feet off the ground and get into the music game. But if y'all didn't watch it, I want you guys to watch it because it was really, really good. And the sad part about it is they also talk about how the labels pit the artists against each other. Like, because we already know Foxy and Little Kim had their thing, and now Nicki and Cardi got their thing going on. But they were also saying like it should just be a platform where everybody is helping each other get to the top. And you hear your beefs with men, but with women they go deeper because the women be on not E, but like Access Hollywood and all. Yeah, like it's been like they take it even more to like pit the fans against each other. But fans as a whole, it would be so great if everybody could not go through that.
I think the last big male feud that was really I don't want to say meaningful, but that really had people was Nas and Jay-Z. I think when 50 and Ja Rule feud came about, it was just like, child.
50 just came in and got rid of Ja Rule. His career was over.
It was over, but whereas though Nas and Jay-Z, they both still was doing their thing, and they both were releasing good music while they were beefing with each other.
Yeah.
But 50 and Ja Rule was like, Ja Rule really didn't have a stand a chance, and it was sad because Ja Rule was big, like,
yes,
and he let 50 come in and just push him out the door.
Yeah.
And 50 still throw shots at him. Still throw shots at him. Like, it's crazy. Which, by the way, I'm upset about the power situation.
Yeah. Well, they didn't show Power this week. It'll be back next week, I think.
Yeah, but is that true about the whole Comcast thing that 50 Cent posted?
Yeah, they got rid of stars. You know, I guess they probably didn't have enough subscriptions. You know, we have Verizon, and shout out to Kid Fury and Crystal, because I can't watch their show on Fuse because Verizon doesn't carry it, but I can watch it on YouTube. And I tweeted Verizon, they talking about we're trying to work out something. No, y'all got rid of Fuse a year ago. Because I guess if no one's watching their channel or getting subscriptions, they get rid of them. Because it's not like you can't come to an agreement.
Well, what damn good is it to have it if ain't nobody subscribing?
Right. So, yeah. And then they probably asking for more money to do like, but no one's watching your channel. And it happens all the time. Tell your company or cable provider, like, I don't know if Stars probably get their...
I still have it. I got Xfinity.
Well, yeah, you're not going to have Stars.
I didn't even look.
Well, see?
Because at first I thought it was fake.
No, it's real. It's gone.
So how am I gonna watch Power?
You're going to have to come here and watch it with your friends.
I'm not driving. I can see them now. I just don't understand why you said this. There'll be a whole... Listen, I'm just here to do one.
And I gotta wait 10 more damn days to see you again. Okay.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Listen. No, you don't. Listen, why would they do that? Everybody watches Power. So how am I going to watch it now?
You had to ask 50 Cent. Maybe you could sign up the Stars on the Stars app.
Maybe. I wonder how much that's going to cost.
Like $6,
Or what?
$6, $7 a month. But Stars, you could get...
Well, I don't mind paying that until Power goes off because it's only off anyway.
No, so they're coming back next week. Then it's the mid-season finale. So Power ain't coming back until next year. So you won't even be able to catch up with the other half of the season because it's 15 or 16 episodes.
Wait, pause. How many episodes of Power is it this season?
It's 16. So this...
Why did I think it was only 10?
Because that's how it normally is for one season. But because they're ending Power and then going into the next show, they're doing the mid-season finale.
Oh, so the next show is starting right after Power
so.
go off.
I
Oh,
think
wow.
so.
But this season of Power, it has 16 episodes.
Right.
Wow. Because it seems like it should be ending now the way shit's
right.
going.
But now it's like it's so much, everybody's dying and killed. So now it's going to be more stuff to happen. I thought it was 10 episodes too.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like, oh, it's about to be done. And then I saw somebody yesterday on my Facebook say, yeah, because then the next thing don't come on to next year. And I'm like, next year? This is October. It should be done already.
Right. So Power is coming back next week, which is the 27th.
Yeah,
and then...
I'm going to tell... Wow, this is crazy.
and then they'll be going to next year. I don't know when they're coming back, probably the springtime. But that's a long time to make us wait for a show.
It is.
Because then sometimes I'll be forgetting what happened, and then I got to go back and watch it again. But at least Stars is still on Verizon.
Don't love it. Because now I'm going to have to do that. Because you can't go without Power.
So, yeah. And 50 just saying all these mean things. So Rihanna and Chris Brown. Let me go back to Lil' Kim with the Women in Hip Hop. Lil' Kim's new album, 9, did not chart on the 200 Billboard albums chart at all. So less than 1,000 copies, like I told y'all last week what the rumor was. And none of the songs from the album debuted on the Billboard Hot 100 chart.
You know, this guy argued me down on social
media
about that. And I was just, listen, I'm not here to argue, but it's a shame that somebody of her status is only charted in the past.
And Lil' Kim, like, even though she's been going for so long, even Missy's been going for a long time, and her album debuted on there, and she only put out 4 songs. So, you know, like, what is going on with
Lil' Kim has been out in the news more than Missy because of this whole feud with Nicki, so she should have been charting and all that.
And she's been, you know, she's been going places and doing things, but you know, I'm not here to talk bad about Little Kim. I feel horrible that the fans are not going out and buying albums. Even if people don't buy albums anymore, you got iTunes and you got all these different sources instead of just streaming. And that enough people did not stream for her album to not even debut at all on the charts. I feel bad for Little Kim. Like, that's horrible. And like she went like, where are the fans? It's not Lil Kim. Where are the fans? Because everybody been hyping this album up.
Have you listened to it?
Oh, no. And only 1,000 people, whether I listen to it or not.
No, I'm saying because I didn't hear, the people that I saw, I didn't hear too much bad stuff about it.
Yeah, it's just auto-tune.
It's just,
you know, I kind of knew things were kind of bad, though. I'm not going to lie. When Little Kim posted live on her Instagram, and there was only 1,000 people there.
Oh,
when
wow.
I've seen celebrities post, they be like 12, 13,000 people. So, you know, it was just, and she was in the club, and the music was on.
And there was only 1,000 people.
And I was like, wow. But Little Kim got all of these followers, and, you know, she kept posting, this is where my album is selling in Japan and Brazil. Like, girl, post what you're doing in the United States.
She probably got a lot of those followers are probably following her to see who she gonna beef with, if her and Nicki gonna beef again. Because I can't imagine why only 1,000 people would be in somebody like her live, unless a lot of those people are not interested in her. They're just interested in what beef
I
she's
feel
going
bad for her. Like, yeah, like that's Lil Kim.
You're right, that's a legend right there.
I'm scared to see what's gonna happen if Foxy try to come out and do something. It'll be over for her. Trina put something out, nobody got Trina. So I guess these new kids, they're not interested in the old school.
No,
they're really interested in the new people.
But you gotta think about you gotta think about what these new kids are listening to. They're listening to this mumbo jumbo rap.
Yeah, but
stuff.
where are the old? Maybe I should have listened to, at least streamed it. But like people still buy music. Little Kim, where are the? I don't know if people still watch videos like that because you got to actually go on YouTube. They don't really show them on TV no more. It's just a different time, and her team. It's not even no use to try to go on tour, Lil Kim. I mean, because girl, if you ain't sell 1,000
unless she do
a joint tour,
yeah. I was saying a dual tour.
Yeah, her and Trina need to get together.
No, she needs to go on a tour of her, Nicki, and Cardi.
That's not gonna happen. You know what we do?
The Angry Bird tour.
Yes, you trying it. I just.
Lil Kim got a nose like the Jacksons.
Stop it. I'm not gonna talk about plastic surgeries. You know, I really feel like she was an insecure person, and she did all of those things.
She really had no, and it's a shame because I wish
Right.
somebody would have grabbed her and told her how beautiful she was,
Right.
Because she wasn't a bad looking girl.
You start getting around the wrong type of gays, and they tell
yeah.
you to get this done and get that done. That's what I think she did to herself.
She looks so stuffed now. She don't look like she's comfortable.
And them old clips, I was like, yes, that was original Kim. You could tell she had light on. But I didn't know that's what it was at the time. Like, her body was everything.
Even on her show before she went to jail. Remember that show she had?
Countdown to Lockdown.
Even she looked good even on that.
Right.
But it's like once she came out of jail, she started doing all this extra stuff, and you're like, wait, what?
Listen, her daughter is the original Little Kim. And let's just leave it like that.
Yeah, that's
I love Little Kim. I'm really not here to bash her. I feel horrible about those sales.
I feel horrible about the whole image.
Yes.
Because I feel like there was no need for her to ever take that route. It's no need for her to ever take that route. It's like, as beautiful, and when you look at old pictures of her, you be like, oh my God, she was so beautiful. And I don't know, maybe we didn't appreciate her beauty back then, but I think it's because when you think about it, in the late 90s, early 2000s, you didn't see too many of us going under the knife.
Yeah,
so it was like we didn't really need to talk about it because you looked that way and you were beautiful. Like, we didn't need to talk about, but then all of a sudden, everybody started going under the knife. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
it's just that self-esteem and insecurities and people telling you to do stuff. That's what I believe happened to her. She probably won't ever talk about it, but
no, she ain't gonna never talk about plastic surgery because then that's gonna be, if anybody asks her that, like, what made you do all, you could tell that's gonna be a dig, and she ain't gonna go for that.
No, but Lil Kim, you are still the queen bee, and you know.
I like how she gave Beyonce props to be able to call her queen bee. But I think it's no malice in that, you know. They both were queen bees.
Right.
I just never knew Lil Kim's fan group was called Beehive years ago. I never knew that.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah.
But see, a long time ago, I wasn't old enough to be listening to her.
Yeah, none of us should have been listening to her music. But we knew she was getting her stomach pumped, didn't we?
That was the rumor, and that was the rumor that everybody went, and that was before social media. That she got her pump, she had all that stuff in her stomach.
Excuse me,
I'm
y'all.
not gonna say what it was.
Yeah, it was just so many stupid rumors that went around. And you know what's shocking is when we talk about those rumors, people from all over the world have heard this.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
And it went all around the world without social media.
Let me see what else I had on here.
Wow.
I watched this Netflix documentary. I probably can't go too in depth because y'all know how they do. But y'all have to watch Living Undocumented on Netflix. It tells the story of 8 people who's been living in America undocumented. And it just makes you feel horrible for them people. Because the people that they should get rid of, they're not getting rid of. And the people who's been living here, making a living for themselves here, and paying their taxes, they have been, like, some of them been told to leave or forced to leave. One girl left and came back. Oh, it's good. The ICE agents. I don't want to tell y'all. Y'all just gotta watch it. It's 6 episodes. The longest episode is 40 minutes. You could watch it in one setting, but you're going to cry watching it. And if you don't cry, it's going to make your eyes burn from not crying, because that's what happened to me. I just felt so bad for those people. And they even, like, they gave you, bless you, they gave you different perspectives of how they got here. Some came as children. Some came by plane. Some came because they escaped they came here for asylum. It's all these different cases. And one man, I'm going to just tell y'all, one man who was going to get sent back to one of the African countries, he fought the ICE agents at the airport. And because he fought the people at the airport, they thought, oh, he can't get on this plane. And, eventually he got out. But it was bad because where he was from, they don't even like black people there. And y'all want to send him back to that? And the government wasn't even communicating, like they was telling the United States, we're not taking nobody back. And the United States was like, well, if you want this money, y'all gonna be doing all of this stuff. We're not gonna be helping y'all with certain stuff. And then the country started, taking people back. But if he would have went there, he'd have been dead. And he got a whole family and all of that. And y'all want to get rid of them? This is a community in Columbus, Ohio. And a lot of them come from the country of Mauritania. And, they came here, they worked. They came here as refugees, they worked, had families, they always checked in with the ICE agents, and then once Trump became president, they started detaining people who ain't had nothing to do. You mean people who's working and not messing up our country? Why would you want to get rid of those people? It's bad. It just.
They said George Bush had the best immigration plan.
Yeah, but they even went in on Clinton, because Clinton had this rule, like, if you came here in the United States and you said that you were a citizen and you were not, you could never ever live in this country, ever. Like, you could never come back or anything. And one of the couples had to move to Canada. It was a gay couple. They moved to Canada.
A gay couple?
Yes. No. Yeah, Mexican. Mom's Mexican, mom's white. Yep. It was good. It was. I don't want to tell you.
Yeah, don't tell me because I'm gonna watch it because I can't see it pop up.
Good.
Did you see that movie Fractured on Netflix?
No,
that's good. A lot of people, I posted it and a lot of people watched it. It's really good. It's a surprise ending too.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Yeah, it's really good.
I didn't watch that. But people been mad at Rihanna and Chris Brown. Well, people mad at Rihanna because she posted a video. It looked like candles or whatever. I don't know what it really was. But she was at the pool enjoying herself, and Chris Brown and somebody else was playing in the background, and people were calling, like, they were upset. And I'm just like, Rihanna and Chris Brown, they're always going to be connected. And, they made music together even after what happened 10 years ago. I think that they are past that, and it's hard for some people to get past it, but they are past that. Once they started doing songs, doing, all kinds of stuff, it was over with. They were young. They did stupid things. They both was fighting in their car. Chris Brown should have known better. But you know what? We are past that. Yeah. We are past that now. And I don't think that he is someone who should be punished forever. Like, he apologized so many times. He lost so many endorsement deals. and y'all still think that this man can't make a living. He has to make a living somehow.
Right.
He can't be punished forever.
Some of y'all dads still make livings after beating on your
Oh my
moms.
God.
Or grandparents.
Stop it.
You know, it's true. Like, come on, like, and then not only that, like, I get it. It was wrong for what he did. I totally get it, and I'm not justifying nothing he did. But at the same time, Rihanna has moved on. You don't hear Rihanna out here saying, "Oh, he shouldn't be working." She's moved the fuck on from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's moved on. He's moved on. Chris Brown. How old is Chris Brown's daughter?
Like 3 or 4. I don't even know how old.
But Chris Brown's daughter wasn't even born when any of this happened. You know what I mean? Like, and she's a
literally
big
been
girl
10
now.
years
Like,
ago.
yeah, like nobody. I'm not saying that nobody cares, but it happened and it's over. Like,
And Rihanna didn't want to be the poster child for it.
right.
So we just,
That's like 09, man.
yeah, February 2009.
Yep,
That's the
right,
same year
right.
Michael Jackson died and everything. Like that's a whole half a generation ago. We off that.
That was a decade ago.
Yes, it was.
10 years. That's a decade. To think that was like, oh wow, a decade.
Yeah, and then remember they had one of them 2020, and I was in a little clip talking about what happened. Like that was a fun time. Like like I was standing right
And you
there.
was on
in
the
that
roof,
room.
that's it.
Yeah. I was standing right there, and I couldn't believe they used it without my permission. And my
I mean, I was
phone
getting
just
on
kept
phone
ringing.
calls like I was on. Oh, well, I was on TV.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I don't even remember what my thoughts back then, but I know that as I got older, my thoughts have changed about so much. Like you really can't hold people accountable
They can't.
for what they said or something 10 years ago.
Well, I will say this, and I'm still learning and I'm working on this, but I just have not jumped on that Kanye West train yet. I have not. I just feel like it's all a big sham with this whole
And he's
Sunday
mixing
service
politics
thing.
and
Yeah, I just think it's a big sham, and I think that. Listen, if Kanye West is helping somebody get closer to God or get to know God, that's awesome. But at the same time, I feel like in today's world, you got a lot of black people, especially a lot of young black people in today's world that will scream, "Oh, I'm not Christian," or "I don't even know why black people are Christian because it's a white man's religion." You know, you get a lot of people who say that. And then Kanye West comes and has these Sunday services on people's front lawns, and then now everybody's going to church now. It's like, or everybody's going to Kanye's church.
Yeah,
now.
they want to see Kanye.
Yeah, it's like, are you trying to get close to God or are you trying to get close to Kanye? Because I'm also noticing at these Sunday services, usually there's like a big ring, and Kanye's usually in the middle of the crowd.
Oh, that's a,
I mean,
cult.
not the crowd, the choir, and then everybody else is on the outer part of the choir. So it's not really like y'all touching Kanye or anything like that. But I just think it's just, I'm not there yet because I still can't get over the fact what he said about slavery. I still can't get over the fact how he's been sitting up Trump's ass, you know, making a mockery of himself. I still can't get over the fact what he said about Beyonce. I don't like any of that stuff. Like, and I feel some kind of way about that because I feel like somebody like me, when Kanye West first came out, I was a huge
You
Kanye
said
West
something about
supporter.
Beyonce recently?
Well, maybe like 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago when he said,
Oh, yeah, I
about the
remember
award
that.
show. Oh, she don't
Yeah.
like. Even if it is true, you shouldn't have said that because those are your friends. Like, you don't say stuff like that, and then you said it publicly. Like why would you say that? You know, even if it. And I never disputed that it was or wasn't true, but it's just like you shouldn't have said that because those are your friends. You don't say that out loud and. You don't do that. And Beyonce and Jay-Z ain't never done nothing to you for you to even say something like that about them. Like, so, yeah, but... And I love the fact that even still, you don't hear them say nothing about him. They don't... I don't even think they acknowledge him.
Yeah.
They acknowledge him. So it's like, you know, and I feel like now, this is his way of getting back on black people's good side. Let's go to church. Mm-hmm. And now everybody's... Including some of those people who claim they didn't go to church or... had one that had nothing to do with church, and now everybody going to church on somebody's front lawn and making noise and all that. Because that's what it is. He's just popping up at people's... That's just how I feel about it. And I feel like, you know, I would like to have a personal conversation with Kanye. Not even on camera, just a personal conversation. Let him know how I feel of how I feel like he's using church to get back on black people's good side. And I don't like that he's doing that.
I don't. I mean, I would side just a lot of things that he say. If I first of all, I wouldn't go.
No, I would never go to that. No, I would never go to that.
Yeah, I don't know why people are going there.
And
But you know, if y'all can, the same way y'all cancel Chrisette Michelle,
Right.
y'all got to do the same thing
Right.
with Kanye.
And they canceled Chrisette Michelle, who at that time nobody was even thinking about her anyway. But y'all still canceled her.
And I mean, Kanye did the same thing, but this time he went up in the White House.
With a Make America Great Again hat on.
Yeah, and you know, y'all buy his Yeezys, y'all be the first ones to buy him.
Yep.
Or whatever he releases, his music, his clothes, y'all buy it. But now, Chrisette Michelle did the same thing.
She sang at the inauguration. Now they invite tired, or how they did Jennifer Holiday.
So yeah, those are all the topics except for didn't really go into Ray J thing because I really want to know more about Ray J taking over for Suge Knight's business decisions. Yeah, he's taking over for a lot of things like movies, deals, books, all kinds of stuff to keep the money within the family. Ray J is going to be taking over, and it makes me. I don't think he's related to him, but it makes me think like, what is really going on with Ray J? Like, what behind the scenes? Like, we know, we heard a lot of rumors about him, like with Whitney and you know all of that stuff. Like, what is really going on behind the scenes with him and being a businessman? I don't know, but I just find it weird that you let Ray J. Ray J must got some stuff going on.
But Suge Knight, why is he handling Suge Knight's affairs?
No.
Of all people.
And I haven't seen the explanation or heard an explanation.
That's like Ray J handling my affairs.
Yeah, but listen, Ray J, I don't, first of all, I be seeing these Ray J commercials on YouTube. Like he got the little Beat headphones and he got all these celebrities like endorsing him. Like, well, maybe he's a good businessman behind the scenes. I don't know. But it must be, Ray J must be doing something if Suge Knight is going to say, I'm going to handle my, while I'm away. He got to be on to some good stuff, doing something good.
That's the last person I would think to handle my
affairs. So, I'm not going to say that.
That's the last person I would think to be associated with Suge Knight.
Right.
That was the last person I think we associated with Whitney Houston.
Right.
Until I found out how they were associated.
Right.
Like, well,
remember?
Yeah.
Because it was rumors, and then it was like, oh.
Remember it was rumors, and then when you really saw them not together, you're like, she just want that. Because at first I thought. It's not funny.
Yeah, but so I want to know more details about that. But they're saying that Ray J, that Suge Knight could be out of jail in 10 years. But I'm hoping that he makes, because y'all know during that trial he was in and out of the hospital. So I'm hoping that he makes it. But right now, it's just, I guess he has power of attorney. They chose Ray J. Remember when Ray J did that rant talking about he got goons and stuff? Maybe that was true. Because anytime you get a man like Suge Knight to say,
that's true. Maybe
I want Ray J to handle my stuff, something's going on.
Maybe it was.
Wow. I'm just like, wow. I really am. But I need to know more detail. Because the son posted something on his Instagram, but he's like, turn your notifications on. So I don't know what he's going to say.
Son.
Yeah. And Suge Knight's son, last time I seen him, he was on some show, Nothing Listings or something. But I only watched one episode.
I only watched the commercials.
But you know what? He left it in right hands with Ray J. So, because
I'm still baffled by that.
Yeah. Ray J, hey.
Maybe you can call Brandon X.
Maybe you could call Brandon X.
I just think that is the weirdest thing. Like, Ray J? Wow.
Y'all still good enough you could talk to her and find out. Then report back to us. Because she would rather us find out before we really start talking about stuff.
Well, we don't already talk to that.
Well, we said we don't know. So now when we come back in another 10 damn days, we will know what's going on with Ray J and Suge Knight and him handling all his business affairs when it comes to books, movies, music.
He must really be a good
autobiographies. Like, yeah.
Well, that's kind of like, well, I really wouldn't say, because that's, well, you know, I got a similar situation going on with my family right now. So, you know, my family put me in charge of getting my grandparents a new headstone.
Yeah, you can handle something like that.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like, wow, that's a major thing. Like, and I was honored that they put me in charge of it. I really was, because I was just like, oh, wow. But when I talked to one of my aunts, she was like, well, mind you, this is her parents. And she was like, well, I don't want to do it, and I don't want to go through that. And she was like, if anybody, especially any of her grandkids, she was like, Bill, because, you know, that was my grandma's name, that's what we call. And she said, well, anybody, Bill would want you to do it. So I was like, oh, okay, well.
So you want You gonna try to do the picture? Like
I'm gonna get a nice big black marble one, really nice, beautiful one. But I already sat down with the people, wherever the case may be. But it's hard. Let me tell you something. It is hard dealing with death. Not, and I'm not even talking about the emotional part, but I'm just saying the arrangement part. Like the fact that I was in that place I was in the tombstone place, and I was just like, wow, like this is something. Like that's just the tombstone. We ain't even talking about the even if when you gotta pay for plot and all that, and that's just a lot. And I know when your dad died, you didn't have to go through all that because I think your aunts and them handled that, right?
yeah, my aunts and uncle.
Yeah, like so it's like that's a lot of work. Like, oh my god, it was a lot of work when my cousin died, and you know when we helped her with the funeral for her son, because her and her husband, they were out of it. Like they couldn't do anything. They were just so grief stricken that their son just turned 20 and then he was killed on a motorcycle. So they couldn't do nothing. So that alone for me, I was just, oh my god, this is a lot. But then just imagine somebody having to do that whole process like by themselves. Like that's just. That's why sometimes it's good when you have, like for instance, there's a lot of y'all, like as far as sibling wise, as you, your sisters and them, it's good when you have siblings that you can work with, like it's me and my sister, but I feel sorry for some of those people who are like the only child, and then that their parents may not have had a lot of siblings or may not have been close to siblings and something like that happened, you ain't got really nobody to lean on, and you gotta, that's a lot. So just imagine how overwhelmed I am for just this tombstone. Yeah, and thank God the tombstone place is around the corner from my house because I was walking there all last week.
And they could be expensive too.
They are expensive, Kevin. Hello? They are very expensive. But you know they had that fish fry for my grandma back in July. And they came out and raised $900. So we took the $900. Well, I ain't get on the deposit yet because I'm still working on how I want it designed or whatever the case may be. But it's just like, those things are expensive.
And how long is it going to take to make it?
I don't know yet.
Maybe y'all could try to get it before their wedding anniversary or whatever.
I don't know when they was married.
Well,
I know what year they was married, but I don't. Yeah,
the family should know.
Or before my grandma's birthday next year.
Yeah, that would be nice. Are they buried together though, right?
Yeah, they buried together.
Yeah, y'all should do it on the anniversary. That way it's more of a meaning. Y'all won't forget it then.
Okay. I don't fucking know. I don't know what that means, but okay.
No, I'm just saying.
No,
y'all won't like, because if you just do it on her birthday, well, what about his birthday?
Well, that's the thing. My family, if you think about it, it's always my grandma.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh, I farted too.
I don't want to smell it.
Ooh. You want to smell it?
I'm back.
Mmm.
I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, this overpowers it.
I wonder what did I eat that made me fart? I went to Dre's house this morning.
Around the corner, Dre?
Yeah, he cooked all his breakfast food. When I tell you it was so good, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you a backstory.
That's this morning?
Well, so this is actually a picture. This isn't the picture from this morning, but all this stuff he cooked this morning. This is a picture of.
Mmm. Wow.
It says.
Mmm.
But see, that's why, and Sade said she told him too. This is why you're supposed to get a deposit from people.
Right.
You don't just. That's a lot that you made for somebody's
And I told some of that fish up because when they brought it here.
You liked it?
Yeah, I said they ain't eating it. I'm going to eat it. You don't leave meat on the plate when I'm around because it's going to be eaten. Take that how y'all want. But
yeah, I had chicken and waffles today, and I had his grits. It was really like his food is really good. Like Dre does a good job when it comes to cooking. Like I would love for him to cater something for me, but I just don't know what I'm gonna have for him to cater because I like his cooking. But when he told me that, he was like, "Yeah, she was like she just," and that was like 2 months ago, right?
2 weeks ago.
Was it?
Yeah. No, a week ago. A week ago.
I remember when it took place. It was a week ago.
It was a week ago. Last Friday. It was last Friday.
Not this Friday. Did just
like
passed.
the 11th.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I said, wait, what? You was all that before?
Mm-hmm. First of all, even I couldn't even get away with doing something like that because
Kevin, I wouldn't even want to get away with doing something like that.
they'd be like, "Well, where's the money to go buy the stuff?" Come on.
I wouldn't even want to get away with
Can you
doing something
imagine
like
us? As many things that we done thrown.
that.
They're like,
Talking
Kevin,
about
we
us.
need you to buy this. I'm like, hold up, y'all. I thought you was making this for me. I got to buy it too.
Nina.
Yeah, she. But then, like, if you want macaroni, you got to go buy the stuff. Damn, you can. And macaroni, to make a good dish, is expensive. To make macaroni, and it's, you know.
It costs even more when you got somebody like Nina making it.
Yeah. She can't make it.
Because she want the labors and parts.
Listen, I'll tell you, there's two people who make macaroni who I absolutely love. Next door neighbor Ariel and Brandon's sister Brianna. They make some good
macaroni and cheese.
They use different cheeses and just blend it and just. And you know my favorite.
Ariel's macaroni and cheese is good.
My favorite part of macaroni is the when the top is
bread
burnt.
crust. Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
This lady at my job, she made it once with bread crust, and that was my first time ever having it. My first and only time ever having it, because I haven't really had it since. And it was so good. Oh, it was so good.
Makes me hungry for Thanksgiving, which is in less than, it's in 30 days.
Wait.
Yes, and y'all know my birthday is
I'm
coming
going to call my
up.
aunt and say, call Aunt Patty. Watch this.
Calling Aunt Patty.
I got to let you taste her food, like her stuffing and stuff. Watch that. If she answers.
Hello?
Aunt Patty. You know what I can't wait for?
What?
Thanksgiving.
What?
So I can come to your house and eat.
Crazy.
I was just sitting here thinking about your stuffing.
Oh my God. And guess what? I just went for $20 to warm up the mix to make it
For Thanksgiving?
for Thanksgiving.
See, I was just sitting here telling Kevin about it. I said, oh my God. I said, my aunt can cook her behind off.
I'm talking to my mom now. I'm going to tell her that you need the money.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
And
bro.
I'll call you back.
All right. When I tell you
She make
be
her
in-
stuffing from scratch.
Yes, she
Okay.
makes it. She said the ingredients is what my grandma gave her. It is so, and mind you, my mom can cook too, but my mom's stuffing don't taste like my aunt's stuffing. It just don't. My mom make good stuffing, and she make it from scratch too, but her stuffing don't taste like. I don't know what the fuck. And see, my aunt, she's older, like she's 77, so she's old, like, you know, but she be in that kitchen cooking.
She said I bought 20
And she baked
boxes
too.
to make the stuffing.
Yeah, she cooks a big meal. Like she cooks every Thanksgiving, Easter. She be having a whole bunch of food. And she just be, and it's so funny because my one friend said, "Your aunt don't even look like the type that cook. She just looks so." I said, "No, she be getting down in that kitchen, honey."
Yeah,
She
I want a
gets
good
down.
Thanksgiving dinner. You know, I want some good food. Maybe just,
I can't wait.
I don't even know.
Wait for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna tear that food up.
November 28th is Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving. You know, I said so today. I was thinking about vacation at my job, so I'm like, let me just ask my boss because I'm like, I know I probably got like 2 days left for vacation days. So I'm like, let me ask my boss. So I asked her, my supervisor. I was like, can you tell me how many days? So she was like, I don't have the list in front of me. She was like, but I'm gonna text you your days when I find it. So I'm in my car and I'm driving, and she texts me and she like, you got 7 days and 7 vacation days and 1 personal day, and I'm like, I got all them days, and because I only used, because remember I only went on vacation
One time.
one time this year. Remember when I went with my church to Maryland?
Oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah, I did too.
I didn't even know that was vacation.
I use vacation time.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, wait, I still got 7 days left. I'm thinking like I got, and she was like, well, you didn't really use nothing other than when you went to Maryland. She was like, you used your personal days too, but you got 1 left. And I'm like, oh wow. So I'm gonna use that the whole week of my birthday.
Where you gonna go? You just gonna...
Well, you know we're going to New York the day before my birthday. My church
yes,
to
the
see that
Platters.
play.
No, it's not. They're not called the Platters.
No,
What they called?
Temptations.
Temptations.
The platters.
Platters. I don't know where I got that from.
Because we talking about food.
Yeah, but that's a group too. The Platters. I don't know why I thought the Platters. Temptations.
Oh my God.
Oh no. Oh no. Mm-hmm. So, everybody, thank you all for watching today's new video. Even though this was a surprise, we will and should be back with a new video this week, a podcast.
My friend called me and she was like, Dennis did a good job. He held it down for y'all.
He did.
And I
He
was
gave
like,
me
well,
a
Dennis
cold.
always does. Oh, he was sick?
Yeah.
Don't give me no cold.
My cold is over.
Oh, yeah, because I don't play that shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
So, stay here. So we will see y'all next week. I mean, this week. We'll be back.
What? To do what?
No, not in the new video. Well, I'm going to talk to you.
No, I'm talking about the podcast.
Yeah, we'll do that this week.
Well, when we do it again,